When I first encountered you, when our paths initially converged in this vast and intricate tapestry of existence, it felt as though an invisible signal had been broadcast, alerting every soul in my immediate orbit. Suddenly, everyone around me, from the closest confidants who knew the intricate contours of my spirit, to the broader circle of family whose wisdom I had always implicitly trusted, and even those more distant acquaintances whose opinions nonetheless held a certain weight in the social fabric of my life, each and every one of them seemed to possess an urgent message, a vital piece of counsel they felt compelled to impart. Their voices, a chorus of well-intentioned warnings, filled the air around me, creating an almost palpable hum of apprehension. They couldn't, it seemed, restrain themselves from offering a cascade of advice, each word laced with a cautionary note, each sentence a gentle but firm admonition about the nature of your being. The pervasive theme of their collective wisdom was a singular, emphatic declaration: be careful. This wasn't a casual suggestion, it was delivered with an intensity that underscored a profound difference they perceived in you. They insisted, with a conviction that bordered on certainty, that you were unlike anyone I had ever known before. Not merely distinct, but fundamentally, entirely, and unequivocally different. This sentiment, this insistent refrain of your unique and perhaps challenging disposition, echoed in every conversation, reverberating through my days. I heard the same pronouncements repeated with an almost hypnotic regularity. They are not easily impressed, they would say, their tones implying a certain unyielding quality. They are naturally careful, reserved, even guarded around new people, others would add, painting a picture of an impenetrable fortress. Some, with a sigh of resigned wisdom, even went so far as to suggest that winning their trust would be a monumental, perhaps even impossible, endeavor. The sheer weight of these warnings, the sheer volume of voices advising caution, might have deterred a lesser spirit, might have extinguished the nascent flicker of interest before it had a chance to truly ignite. Yet, despite this overwhelming tide of external counsel, despite the constant murmur of apprehension that sought to guide me away, I felt an undeniable, almost elemental, pull toward you. It was a sensation that transcended logic, a magnetic force that defied all the rational arguments presented to me. This gravitational tug, this inexplicable yearning, was something I simply could not, and indeed, would not, ignore. It was as though an ancient, intuitive part of my being recognized something profound within you, something that resonated deeply with my own spirit, irrespective of the superficial judgments of others. In a moment of audacious conviction, fueled by this burgeoning connection, I actually found myself making a wager with my closest friends. The stakes, though perhaps trivial in the grand scheme of things, felt immensely significant in that moment. I bet them that I would, unequivocally, win you over. This wasn't born of arrogance, let me be clear. There was no trace of a conceited swagger, no self-assured boast emanating from a place of inflated ego. On the contrary, this bold declaration sprang from a far more profound and authentic wellspring. It was because I genuinely liked you, with a sincerity that permeated my very core, and because I felt an undeniable, real, and deeply resonant connection to your essence. To simply give up, to retreat in the face of warnings, was an option that simply did not exist within the lexicon of my resolve. My spirit, once awakened to your unique presence, found itself incapable of relinquishing the pursuit of understanding, of connection, of shared experience. As my determination solidified, there were those who intensified their efforts to dissuade me, their voices growing more insistent, their arguments more pointed. They began to characterize you in ways that were not only unflattering but deeply unjust. They made you sound aloof, perhaps even snobbish, full of an unwarranted self-importance that rendered you inaccessible. They insisted, with a certainty that was both frustrating and misguided, that I was merely squandering my precious time, pouring my energy into a futile endeavor. But now, looking back, and indeed, looking forward, I can declare with an absolute and unwavering conviction to those very individuals that they could not have been more profoundly mistaken. Their perceptions were not merely inaccurate, they were fundamentally flawed, born of a superficiality that prevented them from truly seeing. They did not know the real you, not in the slightest. They never bothered to look past the carefully constructed exterior, never ventured beyond the most obvious, surface-level observations. Consequently, they had absolutely no clue, no genuine understanding of whom they were truly speaking. Their words, though delivered with an air of authority, were hollow, devoid of the truth that only genuine inquiry and empathetic observation can reveal. Yes, it is true that you possess a serious demeanor, a quiet composure that suggests a thoughtful, perhaps even introspective, nature. And yes, you tend to keep to yourself, maintaining a dignified distance from the incessant clamor of the world. You do not, it is readily apparent, go around getting entangled in everyone else's petty dramas, their endless squabbles, or their trivial pursuits of attention. This reservedness, this quiet dignity, is a hallmark of your character. But what those well-meaning, yet ultimately misguided, individuals completely failed to grasp, what they entirely missed in their haste to categorize and judge, is that these very qualities, these perceived differences, are precisely what make you so utterly amazing. They are not limitations, they are the very foundations of your profound strength and allure. For beneath that calm, composed, and often serious way you carry yourself, beneath the quiet exterior that some might mistake for indifference, lies a soul of astonishing depth and tenderness. There is someone within you who is incredibly sweet, possessing a gentle spirit that radiates warmth to those privileged enough to perceive it. You are kind, not in a performative or superficial way, but with an authentic empathy that springs from a genuine understanding of the human condition. And perhaps most importantly, you are real, unvarnished, unpretentious, utterly true to yourself. Once someone, through patience, sincerity, and genuine effort, earns the precious gift of your trust, they are granted the profound privilege of seeing just how deep and how wonderfully intricate you truly are. It is then that the layers peel back, revealing a landscape of profound thought and feeling. You are thoughtful in ways that most people, caught in the hurried pace of their own lives, simply do not take the time to comprehend or appreciate. Your caring extends beyond mere platitudes, manifesting in gestures and insights that demonstrate a deep, empathetic connection to the well-being of others. This profound capacity for thought and care is a rare jewel in a world often characterized by its haste and superficiality. Through careful observation, through the gradual unfolding of our connection, I have come to understand that your caution, your initial reserve, is not born of an inflated sense of self-importance, nor is it a belief that you are inherently better than everyone else. No, your measured approach to new relationships, your deliberate pace in allowing others into your inner sanctum, is fundamentally about protecting yourself. It is a wise and necessary defense mechanism, a shield against the potential for unwarranted hurt. You possess an innate wisdom that recognizes the fragility of the human heart and the importance of safeguarding it from unnecessary pain or disappointment. You simply do not wish to get hurt for no reason, to expose your vulnerability to those who might not appreciate or respect it. And that, precisely, is why you take your time, allowing the authenticity of others to reveal itself before you gradually, and with great discernment, permit them to enter the sacred space of your life. This very quality, this careful, deliberate nature that some people fail to grasp or misinterpret as aloofness, is, in fact, something I deeply, profoundly respect about you. It speaks volumes about your self-awareness, your integrity, and your commitment to genuine connection. Your careful nature also serves as a powerful testament to your sincerity. In a world where emotional games are often played, where feelings are sometimes treated with a casual disregard, you stand apart. You do not, under any circumstances, trifle with people's feelings. Your interactions are marked by a profound respect for the emotional landscape of others, and you treat everyone around you with a consistent, unwavering dignity. This is not a performative act, it is an intrinsic part of your character. You possess a kind of empathy that is truly rare in these modern times, an ability to step into another's shoes and genuinely comprehend their experience. You understand people on a level that transcends the superficiality of small talk and the fleeting exchanges of surface-level interactions. You observe quietly, your gaze discerning, your mind actively processing the subtle cues that others often miss. You take the necessary time to truly figure out who is genuine, whose intentions are pure, and who, conversely, might be operating from a place of pretense or insincerity. It is this remarkable ability to read people so astutely, to discern the authentic from the artificial, that makes you stand out so distinctly from everyone else. Your perception is a finely tuned instrument, allowing you to navigate the complexities of human interaction with an uncommon wisdom. What is even more amazing, more profoundly admirable, is the depth of your privacy. In a world that seems increasingly consumed by the incessant need for external validation, where everyone feels an almost compulsive urge to broadcast every minute detail of their lives across the vast, public arenas of social media, you are refreshingly, gloriously different. You do not subscribe to the notion that your personal journey, your intimate thoughts, or your private triumphs and struggles need to be laid bare for the entire world to consume and judge. And I truly, deeply admire that about you. It speaks to a profound inner strength, a self-sufficiency that is both rare and inspiring. Instead of seeking external applause, you focus intently on your own goals and dreams, those aspirations that truly matter to your soul. You work diligently, with a quiet but unwavering determination, to reach them, without needing the constant affirmation or approval of everyone else. That kind of singular focus, that unyielding drive, is not merely impressive, it is truly, profoundly inspiring. It serves as a powerful reminder that true fulfillment often comes from within, from the quiet pursuit of one's own authentic path, rather than from the clamor of public opinion. And just because you do not feel the need to overtly display or show off your beauty, does not, for a single moment, imply that you are not absolutely stunning. On the contrary, you are beautiful in every conceivable way, a radiant embodiment of grace both inside and out. Your physical presence possesses an undeniable allure, a quiet elegance that captivates without demanding attention. But it is your inner beauty, the luminous quality of your spirit, that truly sets you apart. You possess a heart of pure gold, a generous and compassionate core that shines brightly through your actions and your very being. Coupled with this profound kindness is such a sharp, intelligent mind, a keen intellect that processes the world with remarkable clarity and insight. You are smart enough, discerning enough, to see through all the superficiality, all the fake posturing and insincere gestures that people often employ. You possess an innate ability to know precisely who genuinely cares about you, whose affection is true, and who, conversely, is merely feigning interest or operating from ulterior motives. You stay resolutely true to who you are, an unyielding anchor in a sea of shifting identities, refusing to allow anyone else to dictate or diminish your inherent worth. That kind of unwavering authenticity, that profound self-possession, is not merely rare, it is precious beyond measure. You are, without a shadow of a doubt, absolutely one of a kind, a unique and irreplaceable masterpiece of being. The more I have been privileged to know you, to witness the quiet unfolding of your spirit, the more profoundly I realize just how exceptionally special you are. Each shared moment, each deeper conversation, each subtle revelation of your character only serves to amplify this realization. I feel an overwhelming sense of luck, a profound gratitude that borders on awe, and an immense pride to have you, in all your remarkable complexity, in my life. It is a gift I cherish beyond words. Thank you, from the deepest chambers of my heart, for trusting me enough to open that carefully guarded sanctuary, to reveal the true, luminous self that lies within. I know, with absolute certainty, that this is not something you do easily, It is a profound act of vulnerability and courage on your part, and I promise you, with every fiber of my being, that I do not take that trust for granted, not for a single moment. I promise to always strive to be a good friend to you, someone who is truly worthy of the immense faith and profound trust you have so generously bestowed upon me. You are, without question, an extraordinary person, a soul who is unapologetically genuine, fearlessly original, and utterly true to their own unique blueprint. Please, never, ever change. People like you, with your rare combination of depth, integrity, and authentic self-possession, are a precious commodity in this world. The world, in its often confused and superficial state, desperately needs more of your kind, more individuals who dare to be truly themselves. You are perfect, precisely as you are, serious, yes, but tempered by an exquisite sweetness, reserved, perhaps, but underpinned by an overflowing wellspring of kindness, careful, certainly, but driven by an unwavering sincerity. Your uniqueness is not a flaw, it is your greatest strength, the very essence of what makes you so truly remarkable. I hope, with every fiber of my being, that you always remember this profound truth, and that you never, ever allow anyone or anything to make you feel otherwise. You are, and always will be, someone unequivocally worth knowing, worth admiring, and worth celebrating. Your existence enriches the very fabric of the world around you. My love, tell me, how do you accomplish it? How do you manage, with such effortless grace, to illuminate my entire world, to banish every shadow, with just one fleeting glance, one gentle look from your eyes? How do you possess this incredible power to make my heart leap with such unbridled happiness, a joy so pure and profound that it feels as though it is dancing to a melody only it can perceive, a private symphony of delight? You possess this truly astonishing ability to bring such an abundance of joy to my face that my cheeks actually ache, a delightful soreness, from the sheer, uncontainable breadth of my smiling. Tell me, how do you achieve such a miraculous feat? How do you, with an apparent ease that defies explanation, fill my mind with an endless panorama of dreams, not merely on occasion, not just when the mood strikes, but every single day, without fail? You make me feel as though I am perpetually walking on clouds, floating effortlessly above the mundane concerns of the earth, weightless and utterly free, unburdened by gravity or worry. Please, I implore you, tell me, do you possess some secret phrase, some ancient incantation you whisper to yourself each morning, imbuing you with this extraordinary power? Or is there some astonishing, hidden superpower nestled deep within your being, a latent ability that manifests in these breathtaking ways? There simply has to be something, some profound explanation, because no one, not a single soul, has ever affected me with such profound and transformative power before. The impact you have on my spirit is utterly unprecedented. My heart, in its purest, most unadulterated form, gazes upon you with the same unwavering devotion and boundless affection that a puppy reserves for its most cherished human, its favorite person in the entire world. It is a gaze brimming with an overflowing, unconditional love, a desperate yearning for your attention, for your presence, for your acknowledgement. It is as if the very purpose of my heart's existence is solely to be near you, to bask in the radiant warmth of your presence, to soak up every precious moment of your being. When you look at me, and especially when that look is accompanied by the gentle curve of your lips into a smile, I am engulfed by a rush of joy so incredibly potent, so overwhelmingly strong, that at times it feels almost too much to bear. There are moments, fleeting but intense, when it genuinely feels as though my heart might actually burst, unable to contain the sheer, unadulterated happiness that floods its chambers, as if it simply cannot possibly hold all the immense love I feel for you. And my mind, that often skeptical, often questioning entity, finds itself in complete and utter agreement with everything you say, without a single question, without a hint of argument, without any trace of doubt. It is as if your words possess a unique, enchanting magic, a spell that causes all my inherent doubts, all my potential disagreements, to simply dissolve, to vanish into thin air, leaving behind only perfect accord. Have I, in this profound immersion, become blind in love, as the old adages and cautionary tales so often describe? Perhaps I have. Perhaps my perception has been irrevocably altered, my focus narrowed to the exclusion of all else. But you know what? In the face of this overwhelming joy, I honestly do not care. Even if I have, indeed, lost a piece of myself, if my individual identity has become inextricably intertwined with this boundless affection, I am savoring every single, exquisite second of it. This moment, right here, right now, enveloped in the warmth of your presence, is the happiest I have ever been in my entire life. It is a happiness so complete, so all-encompassing, that I genuinely cannot even recall what it felt like before this feeling, before I was so utterly, wonderfully wrapped up in the comforting embrace of your love. It is as if a new chapter of my existence has begun, one so vibrant and fulfilling that the previous pages have faded into an indistinct blur.